Hey there friends, 8 Ball back with another Hiveswap Friendsim video. And hey, look at this. I am actually uploading again within 24 hours. Hopefully. um, but we are back playing, oh god, I forget which volume this is again. It's like 14, I think. 15? I think it's 15. Yeah, it's 15, isn't it? Yes, it's 15. Okay. Um, wow. We're back playing volume 15 of Hiveswap Friendsim, and today we are going to be starting Charun's route. So, I don't know what their deal is, but, they look pretty swood. So, cool. Um, let's see. Guessing the route prediction probably. Alright, so the last one went bad with Wanshi. Well, why not? Let's strike for two bad ones in a row. um, yeah, let's see. This route's gonna be bad. But yeah, without further ado, let's get started. Actually, you know what? You think you've had it up to here with friendship. You're sure you'll be back on your regular friend making bullshit later, but today is just one of those days, curl up under the blankets with your favorite show sort of day. Leave your phone on silent and say nothing to no one sort of day. And honestly, you've watched a friend almost die of poisoning and gazed upon the juggalo afterlife. You think you've more than earned a day, or night rather, of respite like this. So, just for today, you turn your back on this new swath of Alternian city you are considering of walking through, and head back to ye old hideout. No explorations for now, only bed. Okay. You drag yourself up the scaffolding to your hidey hole. More than anything, more than binging on media or relaxing amidst peace and quiet, you want to take a nice long nap. Yeah, you deserve it. I mean, I've been through a lot. You spill yourself into the little pile of bedding, pillows, and various pieces of clothing you've managed to throw together and settle in. As soon as your body touches it, you're out like a light. But it isn't very long until you're awake again, and not because your body is rousing itself after sufficient slumber, but because of a persistent scrabbling sound. A persistent scrabbling sound that's followed by a loud thunk. Typically, this wouldn't be enough to get you up. You're a pretty heavy sleeper. But the noise is accompanied by the nagging sensation that whatever is making that noise is in the room with you, and that has you bolting upright. Because that means bad. You have just woken up in the middle of your REM cycle because you feel like a mummy rising out of the crypt. Is this real life? Or is this just fantasy? Your brain struggles to make sense of your surroundings through the fog of residual sleepiness that's still settled over you as you stumble to your feet. Eventually, you're able to discern that the noise is coming from behind you and above you, around where the ceiling is. What the hell? Is there a raccoon crawling around in the vents? Does Alternia even have raccoons? If it does, you're pretty sure you wouldn't want to meet one, but you can't exactly leave it in your living space either. You get up to investigate. The noise isn't coming from the ceiling like you thought, but from the platform that's been shoved unceremoniously to the very back of the watchtower. There is a large object in front of it that wasn't there before. A giant curved lens that could only be from the hole that is now in the side of the platform structure. Maybe this was an old telescope or camera that the Condus once used for surveillance. The scrabbling continues. It's coming from within the structure. You're not eager for whatever it is in there to come jumping out at you as soon as you stick your head inside, but you steel your nerves and hoist yourself up. You find yourself face to face with not some weird animal or bug, but a troll. Dot dot. Hello? This is a bona fide friend opportunity. It's practically fallen into your lap, but you find yourself unexpectedly ornery about it. I like this music. You would think that you could expect some privacy in your own home, or, well, the place you've adopted as a home in Alternia anyway, but apparently not. Even when you've decided that you are in a friending mood, the universe goes yeeting new friends into your path anyways. Can't you go a day on this planet without dancing the whole friendship jig? It quickly becomes obvious that this mysterious stranger isn't going to offer you anything more than oh god, enigmatic gazing. Anything more than enigmatic gazing through the middle distance. What exactly are they doing in your hideout, you ask? If they were thinking about moving in, they could have at least asked you first. You're the current occupant, after all. I don't want to move in. I already have a hive. I came here for that. They point past you. You can only assume they're referring to the giant lens you'd seen on the floor. Well, if they'd gotten what they came for, why are they still hanging out in the platform's innards like this? Dot 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 dot. I'm stuck. And they didn't try calling for help? I didn't notice you. Wherever you came from. I didn't think anyone else was here. Would they perhaps like some help? Dot 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 dot. Maybe. As you hop down from the platform, you find your ire draining from you, much like flesh juice from a pimple. I did not want that image in my head. Thank you. It's difficult to stay angry upon witnessing that what's possibly the most pathetic burglary attempt ever. And that's counting on your little fiasco with your ship. After walking around... Yeah, okay. I was just looking down to make sure it was recording the music too. After walking around to the other side of the platform, you see the troll's booted legs sticking out from a gap in the structure. It looks much too narrow for anyone to crawl through, and yet that's exactly what they must have done in order to push the lens out from behind. You yell that you're going to try to pull them out. You hear a faint muttered, "Okay," and reach up to grab them around the waist, pulling hard. It takes a couple of tries, but with one last particularly hard tug, you're finally able to pull them free. They tumble down on top of you. Thanks for getting me unstuck and breaking my fall. You didn't really do that part on purpose, but you're glad they appreciated it. You guess. They seem pretty content to continue lying on top of you, actually, but they're heavy, so you wiggle out from underneath them like an earwig from under a rock and clamber to your feet. You nod at the lens. That's what they want, huh? The troll sits up, crossing their legs. You can't see them. You can see them more clearly now that they aren't sequestered inside the platform, although their face is obscured a little by their shaggy hair and floppy wide-brimmed hat. They look about as sleepy as you felt earlier, as sleepy as you're in danger of feeling again, in fact. Their voice is slow and regular. like a metronome dunked in molasses, and it almost threatens to send you right back to bed. Yeah. So, dot 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 points. Can I have it? I love this kid. You swear you feel your friend-making juices start circulating through your body again with a vengeance after their little sabbatical. You're not really sure what came over you before. Turned down the chance to make a new friend? You? Wow. Who kidnapped you and replaced you with a total stranger for a few hours there? You lend the troll... What? You tell the troll that of course they can have the lens. It's not like you're doing anything with it anyways, or like it's even yours to begin with. It was just abandoned here along with the rest of this broken down tech. Curiously, you ask what they want it for. Are they building something? Perhaps they're an engineer of some sort. No. Climbing all the way up here just for some building material would be pretty dumb. I want to use it for dot 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 art. Oh, I feel you. Okay. Just the other day, actually, for one of my projects in one of my classes, I had to walk all the way into town to buy a really old book just to cut it up. It was $8. Huh. You look at the lens again, skeptically. It's a cool lens, you suppose, but it mostly looks like exactly what it is. Oh, exactly what it is. A hunk of junk. They want to make art out of this? Their artwork must be pretty, interesting. I should probably save. Right here. Yes. Interesting. Dot dot. Dot dot. They squint at you, like they've taken some sort of issue with your comment. What? Have you managed to offend them? You thought you were being polite enough, given the circumstances. Interesting is usually what people say when they have nothing better to say. Dot dot. Do you have a problem with making art out of trash? You shake your head rapidly, but the troll is already crossing their arms and shooting you a disapproving look. I don't think I want to talk to you anymore. Oh. Well, oh no. Does that mean they're going to leave? And after you've up and decided to try and add them to your ever-growing friend harem, No. I'm tired. Oh. Okay, then. They're just gonna kind of glower at you from the floor for a while until they get their strength back enough to leave, you assume. This definitely isn't awkward at all. Friendship Fox Pass. Oh, that's cute though. Okay, so that was a quick bad ending, I think. Alright, we got time for one more. Let's do this. Where was it? Right here. Yes. Weird. Let's say weird. Haha. Yeah. The two of you alternate between looking at the lens and each other for a while. Usually over the course of making a new friend, they usually would have asked you to do something by now, or presented you with some sort of choice between two potential courses of action. Is there anything they'd like to do now that they've retrieved their art materials? Dot dot. Dot dot? Ah, fuck me, okay. Saving again, I guess. Yes, overwrite my save. Dot dot. Dot 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 dot. Guess it's all on you then. They probably want to take the lens back to their hive, right? I would, but I'm tired. And hungry. Foraging for garbage takes a lot of energy. and I used the last of it climbing up here. I don't think I'll be able to carry it by myself. They really didn't think this whole junk heist through. They really didn't think this whole junk heist thing through very well, did they? But you would look at that. What? Oh, but would you look at that? This is an excellent time to make a suggestion. Fuck me! Stop it! I gotta go all the way to page 2 now. No. Stop that. Stop. No. Okay. Why is the box for it way down here? Okay. So I can either... Why not look for more easily portable trash, or you can help carry it. 4 arms are better than 2. I have 4 arms? Oh, no, okay. Let's offer to help carry it. You do that? Make sure you're careful with it. Of course, of course. You'll treat it with all the delicacy of an egg in an egg and spoon race. I don't know what that is. Okay. Carrying it to the Watchtower's entrance is easy enough. Maneuvering down the cliff face is more complicated. You manage by holding it between you as you navigate from foothold to foothold. When you reach the bottom, the troll looks like they're ready to sit down again, right there in the brush. But you urge them on. Resting in their hive will probably be much more comfortable. That's the wrong way. Sheepishly, you whirl back around from the random direction you were about to stride towards and follow them instead. With them leading the way, you bringing up the rear, the two of you shamble along the path with all the greasy grace. What? All the greasy grace? Where the fuck did that come from? With all the easy grace of 2 people in a horse costume. But you make it to your new companion's hive much quicker than you would have expected. They come to a stop in front of the entrance to a cave in another cliffside. If this is their place, it isn't very far from yours at all. You're surprised that you haven't run into them until now. They're practically your neighbor. I've seen you around before. You're pretty hard to miss. Really? They should have said hi and introduced themselves. The 2 of you could have been hanging out all this time. ... Didn't feel like it. Besides, I was busy. With more of the scavenging and art business, you guess. Oh well, you're getting to know each other now, which is important. Speaking of, you've been talking and walking along. What? You've been talking and walking along, and yet you haven't even exchanged names. How remiss of you. You haven't even exchanged names yet. How remiss of you. Usually you've gotten introductions out of the way from the moment they broke into your hideout, but it's been an odd sort of night. That's okay. I'm Charun. Now, come on in. What? Come on. Let's go inside. They pull you, They pull you in the lens forward. They, didn't ask your name in return, but you managed to bumbling introduce yourself as you lurch along into their hive. Yay! At home on Earth, you had a thing about garages. You thought it was interesting to scope the sort of stuff people ended up accumulating. Is that a dragon head? You've seen some real gems in your day. A collection of singing and dancing novelty plant figurines, a small army of Furbies without any fur. Oh god. Why? And beat up remains of some kind of cat mascot costume. Oh no, stop that. The inside of Charun's hive is, as for every single weird garage you've as if every single weird garage you've ever seen has converged to exist simultaneously in the same cave. The platonic idea of garages. It's hard to believe that someone lives here. If you look closer, though, you begin to notice homey comforts tucked along the metal junkyard scraps and broken furniture piled up over the floors all the way up the craggly cave walls. A raccoon sits on the edge of one wall, and you think that's a kitchen cabinet wedged into another? So, what do you think? It's pretty cozy, you say, giving them a double thumbs up. The stalactites are a nice touch. ... I mean, about my art. Oh, the art. Of course. You cast around desperately. Charun's hive is such a jumble of miscellany that it's impossible for you to figure out which of it is art materials and which are finished artworks. And which are Charun's actual belongings. What the fuck? There's a troll hiding in here. That's a pretty gnarly skull over there with leaves in its eye sockets. What? That's a pretty gnarly skull over there with leaves in its eye sockets? The angle at which the umbrella sticks out of that lawn chair is really, compelling. You settle on the purple object in the corner that looks like a traditional sculpture, that looks more like a traditional sculpture than a bunch of household items stuck together. Those curves, that Amaranthine, Amaranthine? What? That hue, a truly inspiring piece. Charun looks at you strangely. That's just the load gapper. You don't know much about art, do you? Busted! No, you really don't. Ramel had taught you the importance of giving the people what they want, and Amicia had taught you the importance of putting a tarp down before lopping off a head so blood or paint doesn't get all over the floor. But you hadn't learned very much about actually creating art from them. As you gaze around the cave again, you find that you really want to understand. Clearly, this is something that's important to Charun. Otherwise, why would they spend the majority of their time on it? You too wish to experience the marvels of the creative process. If only there were a way for you to learn. ... Oh, they look happy. If you want to that badly, you could make something out of what I've collected. Really? But they must have worked so hard to find all of this. Is it really fine for you to just dick around with it? Oh, they smiled. They're so cute. You're surprised to see that Charun looks pleased at what you're saying. It's maybe the most expressive you've seen them since you've met. All art is dicking around. All art is dicking around. Looks like you are already starting to get it. You smile proudly. And anyway, if you make something sucky, they shrug their shoulders. I can just take it apart again and reuse its separate components to make something else. Your smile flags a little. ... Where do you want to start? Can I click on this troll? I'm very concerned. You rub your chin thoughtfully, wandering over to the lawn chair with the umbrella in it. A pile of fabric is stacked on top. You rifle through it until you find some colors you like. Then you walk across the other side of Charun's hive, searching for other items you might be able to use. Charun doesn't offer much in terms of guidance, aside from cautioning you away from a couple of objects that are actually finished artworks. Whoops. You end up with an armful of knickknacks that you put down in front of what is now a lamppost, but will soon be your canvas of choice. Then you get to work. The fabric you twirl all around the post and tie the smaller objects, a snow globe and an old boot, a fancy Santa. What? A snow globe, an old boot, a fancy Santa onto it with a string. On top, you perch a rubber Walmart goose that makes a majestically horrible noise when pressed. As your art piece comes together under your hands, you take a few steps back every now and then to appraise it from farther away, making adjustments whenever you find something you're not happy with. Finally, it's complete. You turn and ask Charun's opinion, newly flushed with pride and adrenaline from having successfully made a thing. They don't look very impressed. Your face falls. What's wrong? Did you use too much orange? Were the scattered loosest teeth a little too out there? Listen, you're overthinking this. Just do what feels right. You frown. Don't think at all? Let your instincts drive you? Thinking a little is probably good too. Okay, don't overthink it, but don't abandon rational thought altogether. Let your feelings guide you, but not completely. Pretty vague, but sure, you'll give it another shot. You strip the lamppost back down. This time, you don't spend too long regarding it as its nude metal glory. You begin working immediately, whipping around Charun's hive in a flurry of cave dust and determination, grabbing things as soon as you lay eyes on them. Charun looks more and more fascinated the longer you're at it. It's not long until their eyes are positively gleaming. Oh, look at them. He's so cute. Soon, they're taking step after tentative step towards you, as if drawn to you by the sheer force of your artistic energies. They look like they might want to join in, actually. Is that okay? I see what you're going for, I think. Your vibe has got me all inspired. Of course! The more the merrier. You'd love to see what the two of you could create together. With a barely there smile, Charun plants a traffic cone at the base of the lamp post with a great plomb, and you're off. Okay. It's all a blur after that. The two of you move in unison, like you're co-piloting a Jaeger, except instead of a giant robot, you're steering a feverish, creativity-propelled Fugu state. Okay. Wow. I think we're almost done. You stand back from your newly forged pile of brick and brack, mopping the sweat from your brow. They're right. You're almost finished. Almost. You need to add the finishing touch. Piece de resistance. And you know just the thing. With great conviction, you pick up a box from the floor, tearing it open so that its contents fall all over your sculpture. Oh no. Oh, Jesus Christ. That word is too long. My polyasteriferous slats. You freeze. Were those cooking ingredients? You seem to have gotten carried away. You start apologizing, but Charum is already waving your words away. Charun. I said Charum. It's fine. It looks better like this. Too good to waste as food. Anyway, I can find other things to eat. You both regard your creation, heaving for breath. You're done, as exhausted as you are. A wonderful calm settles over you as you admire the result of your hard work. It's beautiful. It really, really is. You don't know how because you don't think you'd actually done anything before. Done anything different compared to your first try. Maybe you just got lucky. But regardless of exactly how it came about, This is one of the most bizarrely sublime things you think you've ever laid your eyes on in your life. The longer you stare at it, the more layers and depth reveal themselves to you, like the petals of a newly bloomed flower opening to the sunlight of spring. Abruptly, irresistibly, you feel yourself gripped into the throes of profound new knowledge. Charun's artworks are pointless and weird, but perhaps that's what gives them their charm. In such an uncertain, violent world, where troll culls troll, and where you might be trapped in an endless Sisyphean journey across a planet in search of new friends, for a brief moment, you can have this. You can stand here, awash and appreciative. Stand here, awash and appreciative, what the fuck at this masterpiece you've crafted out of a bunch of other people's trash, marveling at how you've birthed something greater than yourself. Sometimes, trash can be beautiful, you think to yourself, now. This is what Charun must have been endeavoring to teach you. You beam at them, glowing with the joy of your discovery. Yeah, sure, if you say so. Joyride! Okay. Yay! Alright, so what was that? The quick bad ending and the long good ending? Sweet. Alright, well that was cute. I like them. They're small. ARTIIISTE. But yeah, so that is it for this video, my guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. It means a lot. If you would like to see more videos on Hiveswap Friendsim, you can click on the playlist that will be in the end card of this video, where I have covered everything. And yeah, it's over 50 videos at this point. I don't know how many, but there's a lot. But if you would like to play the game for yourself, there will also be a link in the description where you can go to the Steam page and buy it for 99 cents. And it is worth it. It is a nice game. I enjoy. But yeah, that's all I have for today. Also, happy Halloween. I don't know if I'm gonna have, like, Halloween special kind of video up, but happy Halloween. I hope you guys enjoy the holiday if you celebrate it. And if not, I hope you just have a nice day. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!